Now, I've always wanted to own a V8 E30, but I always thought it was just too much work. So when I came across this E30 rolling shelf for a very, very, very good price, I thought, why the hell not? So soon enough, I bought an LS400 as a full running car, and the project began. Multiple people have told me that this car was never going to run, never was going to drive, and I'm not going to lie, I've been working my ass off for the past 4 or 5 months to get to this stage. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to say we're at this stage. Now, I don't want to alarm anybody, but I want to alarm everybody. We have a few big things on the floor here, and these are the things that are stopping the E30 from driving. One, mainly, being the prop shaft. This is a custom prop shaft that we got made, and it's took ages. It took the company 3 weeks to do it, but when I got there, they really apologised and they give it me really cheap. So we've got the prop shaft. So literally, once that prop shaft is on, the E30 really should drive. We've just got to bleed the clutch, which we'll do. And we've got 2 more things from legend Oliver Evans. I don't know why Oliver Evans has sent me a picture of his face. I know Oliver Evans, I know what he looks like, and I know his face, but he sent me 45 different pictures of his face. So, big drifter, won Drift Masters last year, very big guy. You're welcome, Ollie. So I'm guessing he's just done that so everyone else can see his face. This is Oliver Evans' face. He's an absolute legend. He has helped me massively with the E30, and he's probably one of the best, if not the best drifter in the country. So Oliver, you're an absolute legend, and Oliver actually makes alternators. So one thing Oliver said to me is that since we've got the power steering running like this, obviously we've got a big electric power steering pump, he says it will kill this alternator very quickly. So Ollie actually makes aftermarket alternators for drift cars and race cars and things like that that need a better power. So I don't know, electric things. So we've got an alternator here, and he's actually, well, he's drew a penis on there as well, thanks Ollie. But he's also made up an aluminium spacer block so it'll fit our 1UZ. Ollie, you're an absolute legend. And just to finish it off, he sent off some big gauge wire so that we can do our battery relocation. Boom, let's get this E30 driving. Right, so the biggest thing I was worried about was the prop. Either me making the wrong measurements or some miscommunication going on, because I had a phone call with the company and I had to tell them the measurements again, so I was like, oh no. But it looks good to me. So again, this is the prop shaft. This is the standard rear E30 prop, and this is half an E30 prop and half an E39 prop. So, but this is the end for an E39 gearbox. Now you might be thinking, you've got an E92 gearbox. Well, Adam, the guy who bought it buying all the BMW parts off, he says that the flanges are the same, but the E39 prop shaft is steel, whereas the E92 prop shaft is aluminium. So he sent me the E39 so it's easier to weld, and it should fit. Oh my god, I'm nervous. Yes! That's good news. Right, let's put it on. So we've got an issue, of course we have. And it's not with the prop that I got made. This fits perfect. It bolts into the center bearing, and that goes into the gearbox, and that is literally perfect. The issue is with the rear prop, the rear E30 prop. This is too long. Obviously the center bearing bolts where the center bearing bolts. It has to send where the center bearing goes. So let me show you under the car what's going on. So this is the prop that got made. So as you can see, it goes onto the box nice, and it goes where the center bearing should go, which is here. So that's perfect. So the rear end of the prop is in the diff, and look at this, we're miles off. I'm not sure what's going to go on. I'm going to message Adam and see what's going on here, because either this isn't the prop that I gave the prop shaft company, or this rear prop is too long. So what do you think? What do you think's happened, mate? You think you've got 2 out and one's rolled, and you've packed the other one?
Well, I had about 15 out.
No, honestly, I'm glad this.
It's so much on getting the front measurements, trying to work out what I needed for the front half, that all the back halves look identical. So I picked it up.
Oh,
yeah.
well, I mean, I'm glad, mate, because if you turned around and said to me then, no, you know, they're all 94 centimeters, I would have been like, right, well, something's wrong. Maybe I put the subframe in the wrong place. Yeah, I've bolted the subframe in right back to front. So yeah, unfortunately, Adam's sent the wrong rear prop because he needs that. So he's actually planning on potentially coming down tomorrow, taking that one and dropping the right E31 off. So at least everything's fine. Okay, so the next thing we was waiting on was, if you remembered, I actually did the hydro the one way around. I'm not sure how, because I've got 4 Willwood cylinders down here. I've done them fine, and I got this one wrong. The only thing is, I made a braided line, and I thought I might have to throw that in the bin, because obviously once a braided line is crimped, you can't change the ends. Luckily, I found one of these on eBay, which is an adapter, so it adapts a 3/8 to a 7/16, which is what we need. I'm just praying that obviously with braid lines you have a ball and a taper. Now, braided lines usually come with that they do both. So if you can see, there's a ball on the inside and there's a taper on the outside. Well, you can't see, but there is. Hopefully these threads on, and hopefully we don't get any leaks. So Ellis is gonna help me bleed all the brakes. Let's pray we don't get any leaks. So this is now what it looks like. So this is the adapter, and then this is the original braided line, so you've not had to waste it. So we're gonna get Ellis in the car, and we're gonna bleed the brakes. We're gonna do the rears first, right? That's what we're gonna do is, we're gonna go all the way down on the brake pedal. So let's do that. All the way down, that's it. And then we're gonna come all the way down the hydro, hold that there, right? And then when I say okay, or off, let off the hydro, and then let off the foot brake. So, we've bled the clutch is bled, all the brakes are bled. We're gonna do some tests, okay, make sure everything works. So, first of all, I can spin this wheel. Right, Ellis, pull the hydro. Yes, okay, let go of the hydro. Lovely, okay. Right, Ellis, press the brake pedal. Let's chuck it in gear, and let's test the clutch. This is the big thing, because obviously this is an aftermarket clutch with different gearbox and adapter plates and all that kind of stuff. If this works, I'm gonna be happy. So we're gonna chuck it in gear. The prop's not attached. No! Right, okay, I'm gonna go underneath and turn the donut. Okay, so to test the clutch, I'm literally gonna spin the gearbox when it's in gear, and it shouldn't turn. When we press the clutch, I should be able to turn the gearbox. And that's us is gonna test if the clutch is working or not, alright? I'm a bit nervous, mate. Put the clutch in. Yes! If I take the clutch out, yes! Give one of them! Woo! Okay, so Ollie has sent us an upgraded alternator. The reason we've got an upgraded alternator is because we have now got a massive electronic power steering pump in the car, whereas as standard, this one ran a mechanical power steering pump. So Ollie was saying that it's massively increasing the draw in the car, and he was saying that it will blow the alternator. So he's given us an upgraded alternator. I don't know what kind of alternator it is, other than that there's tons of penises all over it. I've just been on FaceTime to Ollie, and we have the alternator fitted. So with this alternator, we have to just space out a little bit at the back. You know, this was his first time ever making one for a 1UZ, so he's obviously just took the measurements off me so we can actually sell these kits. So if you've got a 1UZ in your car and you want a better alternator, message Ollie Evans, he makes these, and he now has the correct measurements, thanks to your boy. I'm joking, I did nothing. But with this alternator, we have a lever at the bottom, so you can see it there. So we have a lever. So the belt that we bought was initially, it's too short, it's about 10mm too short, so we're gonna have to order a few belts and just obviously take the one that works. So the idea is we put the bolt on, we lever it up, and then we bolt it back down again. That's the idea behind this. But we can't do that today because GSF are now closed because it's a Saturday. So annoyingly, I gotta wait till tomorrow. But that's fine because Adam is coming back tomorrow with my prop. So again, there's a high potential you're gonna be driving this tomorrow. So for now, I can't do anything because all the shops are closed. I've not got a prop shaft, so we'll see tomorrow. So this is Adam. Every time every time I've said, oh, BMW Adam has sent me this. This is Adam. So he's actually, where have you come from? Taunton.
Pretty much near Exeter. So
Right.
yeah, just a bit further on from Taunton. So.
Because we've got the right prop, hopefully. So I said I don't want to get dirty. So I was going to go underneath and actually make sure it is the right prop. So we're just going to make sure. Do you like the Suzuki? Yeah. I mean, £2 it's yours. £2 it's yours. Right, Adam, you own a Suzuki SJ.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
And just for the record, everyone who shitted on my shifter, what do you think about it?
I think it's quality. it's different, but it works. You know? And it's nice because I can do anything like that and get away with it. But it's nice to see other people being able to do stuff and make stuff. Which is the main thing. So.
And that's from an E30 enthusiast. Well, that lines up good.
Yeah, that'll go in.
Yeah. And he said yesterday, he was like, "Is there anything else that you need before I come down?" I was like, "Nah." As soon as we come this morning, I was like, "Ugh, I don't have any wipers."
I'm not taking the ones off my car because it is raining today as well.
It's fine. Well, you drive the Suzuki, and it's yours now. So, with that, the prop shaft is on. I've just bolted it all up. The prop shaft sits really straight, which is good. Right now, this car will drive. So, let's get to it. First of all, let's just start it up on the jack stands and make sure it is actually turning, make sure there's no horrible noise, make sure nothing's hitting. Let's start the car up. We've got clutch, we've got prop shaft, we've got brakes. It's gonna drive. So I'm gonna just start it up. I still need to run the cable to the battery to do the battery relocate, but for now, let's just get it on the jump starter. Let's fire it up and let's see those wheels turning on their own accord. This has been months in the waiting, and let's start on that V8 and let's turn those back wheels. Fuel pumps are on. Okay, we're in neutral. Go into first gear. Let's make the clutches work. And it should turn this wheel. So, that should be clutch engaged. So the wheel shouldn't turn now. But now, when I let go of the clutch, yes! Woo! Clutch in. Ah. Oh my God, we're here, boys. It's so loud. We're here. So what we're doing here is we're just making the battery relocate. We've got the battery behind the driver's seat, so we've just got some large gauge cable here, and we just need to crimp the ends on and just run it through the car and then run it to the battery. Okay, so now the battery's hooked up. So realistically the car should start just right away, and actually no it's not, so I've not got the fuel pumps in. So we need to wire the fuel pumps to an ignition live. Initially I was going to put them on a switch, but I thought it'd be a lot safer and easier. Well, probably not easier, but safer definitely, putting it to the key. So if anything happens, I can turn the key off and it cuts the fuel pump. What we've got to do is, now we've got power going through the wiring loop, we've got to find an ignition live in one of these wires and chop into it and then send that power to the back to a relay, and then we're going to have to relay the fuel pumps up again, because I robbed the relays to do the Suzuki, so I bought some more relays. So we've got to do some wiring. Wiring's boring to watch, it's boring to do, so I won't film everything, but I'll just do a quick overlay. What we can do is we can test if the battery is working and if we're getting cranked. So obviously it's not going to start because the fuel pumps aren't on, but I've got no jumper packs. This is just off the battery behind me. Awesome, tried to start, there's a little bit of fuel pump. So what we've got to do is we've got to find a 12 volt ignition live in the car. So there's a big fuse box here, so I'm just getting a multimeter and I'm seeing which fuse has 12 volts when the ignition is on. And we're going to tap into that fuse with a piggyback. Okay, got a bunch of wiring here. It looks like a mess at the minute, so I've not tidied it up. But basically, we've got a switch live coming here. I've just plugged it into a fuse. I'll get a piggyback, but just making sure it all works first. And we've got grounded the two relays, and then we've got a live, which is this. Sorry, it's not. No, it's not. It is this. That'll be our constant live to those two relays. And then we've got one going to the fuel pump and one going to the power steering pump. So what should happen is, if I turn the key and we touch this, this should power the relays, meaning that everything should work on the key. There we go. So all we need to do is just put that on the live, tidy up the wiring, and then everything is good to go. Okay, so everything is now wired up properly. We've got fuses on each line. So we've got a fuse to the fuel pump, got a fuse for the power steering pump, and everything is on the key, all grounded properly. So we should, when we get this on, we should get the fuel pump. Cool. And the power steering pump should be on there as well, but the fuel pump is that loud, I can't really tell, and it is dry, so I don't want to run it for too long. So let's see if she fires up around the key. We've actually got the belt on now as well, so we've got the proper belt from Euro. I had to order quite a few, and we've got the alternator on all tight now as well. So basically, has to just pull the alternator up and tighten it, and the belt's on, which is good. So we need to just finish wiring up the alternator, which is just this one plug here. Ollie does say that there's you can. Obviously, we've got these from the old alternator, and there's something to do with like the igniter. Ollie said you don't necessarily need it. But he says, but if you want to plug it in, you can find which wire it is. I can't remember which one it was, which he said, but we can plug it in there. But he says you probably necessarily won't even need it. It should just start up and run once we've got this on. So we're going to put this on, and we tighten this ground down as well. And we're good to drive it, guys. I've just got to put the track rod ends back in because right now I've got no steering. But once they're in, put some power steering fluid in. Make sure it's not leaking from here and stuff. I think you tighten these down actually properly, and oh my god, we're gonna drive it. Now while we're getting on the power steering lines do run quite close to the sump and quite close to the exhaust. So I've messaged Funk Motorsport and I've got some of their heat reflecting tape now. This is Velcro, so it's designed to go around lines that you don't want to take off. So we've got a bunch of that. Huge thank you Funk Motorsport. Let's heat protect these lines. Now with that sorted, we can actually get the power steering into the car. We can start bleeding the power steering. So we're just going to top up with some ATF fluid, and we're just going to keep turning the wheels and just bleed the power steering. You can actually hear all the air bubbling up coming through the power steering pump. So I'm going to keep doing this until I can hear no air coming out and the fluid level remains the same. One of the final things we've got to do as well, we have to make one of the throttle cables. Obviously when you're doing swaps like this, you have to make custom cables, and you can actually buy a universal cable on eBay, and it comes with multiple different ends, and all you basically got to do is just make it up. A lot easier than it sounds. Usually this is an absolute pain. So my track rods are ruined, the nut's not going on, so I've ordered some more, but it can only get here tomorrow, but I want to drive it tonight, so I'm just going to send it halfway down if I can and just grind it off tomorrow because I want to drive it tonight. Yes, this is me trying to hammer on a nut to the thread, trying to cross thread it just so we can drive the car, but we're jacking the car down for the first time in months. Right, one track rod is not attached. Well, kind of is, kind of isn't. Here we go. Oh my god, there's so much wiring. I've got to tidy this up a little bit. I feel horrible. I'm still hungover from a couple of days ago. I've had a really long day. I've not fully checked if everything is tight, but I think everything's tight. We're not going to do anything crazy. We're not going to do anything crazy. But they're not in a good position. I need to get them out of the way. But that's fine. Okay. Fuel pumps. It never starts first time. It always starts third time. Okay. I don't like them cables there. We're moving! We're moving! The steering is not good, but we are moving, boys. What was that? We're going. Everyone's looking at us. Oh my god, I've still got things on the roof. Oh my god. Ah! Oh my god, my trap rod is. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh my god, I've still got so much. Okay, let's get everything off the roof. I've got to, because I've still got my Kevlar roof on here. Oh my god. Right, let's just slowly go back. Okay. Oh my god, Lee. Come on, mate. I got so excited that I've just forgot about everything. Let's try her up again. I don't know where reverse is. Is this reverse? No. Okay, looks like we're going forward. Okay, my trap rod has come off. My trap rod's fell off. My trap rod fell off, and I can't get a bolt on it. The thread is that ruined. I can't even just get a bolt on it. It's really annoying me. Cause I really just want to go for a drive, but I can't because the wheel keeps coming off. I want to put my foot down and just see how torquey it feels, and see mainly if there's a you know, if it has gone into like some kind of limp mode, because I have heard about these engines, you know, if they've not got the automatic gearbox attached and stuff, they do go into like some kind of limp mode, and I can't tell that because I just want to put my foot down, but I'm just, obviously my wheel just fell off, so I obviously don't want to continue doing that. But it's really annoying me because I just want to see if it is in a limp mode, and I can't because I can't because my wheel keeps falling off and there's nothing I can do about it. I just have to just wait till tomorrow. I managed to get it back just by, you know, popping it back in, but see, it's popped out again. It's literally come out again. Ah, that's so annoying. There's nothing I can do, lads. I've tried multiple different nuts just to get it on the thread, just so it doesn't fall off, and it just keeps falling off. And it's 5 o'clock and there's nothing I can do. And I'm so annoyed, but I have actually done what I said I was going to do. I've drove it. Oh, I'm so annoyed. Oh, so I'm going to have to just wait until the next video. I have rushed to get to this point just to go up and down. So I just wanted to make sure it actually works, and it does work. The next thing is actually, you know, get it to the point where it's actually safe to drive, and then actually put our foot down and see if we've got power. I'm really worried that we won't, but there's only one way to find out. So I'm really annoyed. But we got it out. She's out there. She's actually in. I'm actually surprised how high it is, because that's lowering springs on the front. Considering it's got this massive V8 in it, I'm actually really surprised. I mean, we're obviously gonna have to drop the back as well because the back's really high. But it's out. It's literally out. We went for a drive. It wasn't very successful, but a part of me knew it wasn't going to be honest. But look at her. She's there. Oh my god. we did it. Oh, I really tend to just go down and just put my foot down a little bit, but if that wheel comes off, man, it's pretty dangerous, isn't it? We'll put the travel in tomorrow and hopefully we have power. Really sorry that we end the video like this, but I have cut this video down from an hour. I can't help but think from that little time that I touched the throttle, it wasn't full power. I really think it's in some kind of limp mode. But here's a little teaser for the next video. Did we fix it?